speakers, both national and international level, distinguished delegates, I wholeheartedly welcome the speakers and delegates on behalf of KLE Societies, JC College of Commerce, Hubli. Today, we have organized international level online panel discussion on stress management and stress relieving techniques. On this occasion, we have invited both national level as well as international level experts on stress management. The first one is the panel discussion, which consists of three experts. One is from the doctor, other one is the academician, and the third one is the parent representative. And we have also invited the international expert to speak on stress relieving techniques. Financial problems, health issues, family issues, socio-economic and natural factors are some of the reasons leading to stress. No one is free from stress. Therefore, the need is to provide the information relating to management of stress. We have many means to manage the stress. Say, for instance, yoga, pranayama, meditation, exercise, stay positive, etc. We can apply these means for preventing and managing the stress. As an educational institution, we have the responsibility to provide the information about the stress and its management to the teachers, parents, and students. Hope that this program helps all the stakeholders to understand the techniques and art of managing the stress. I conclude by wishing the program grand success. Thank you.
Good morning to the distinguished panelists from various disciplines. I, Purnapradnya Pandurangi, student representative member of KL Societies, Sri Jagadguru Gangadhar College of Commerce, Hubballi. Today, we are on this meeting room to put some light on the very noted situation, that is COVID-19. The experts in the panel will be addressing on stress management during pandemic scenario, studies, exam, future. This is a student and parent-centered discussion. So once again, I would like to welcome today's guests. Counselor and psychotherapist, Rajyotsava State Awardee, Senate and Syndicate to Women's University. So none other than his Dr. Anand Pandurangi. We welcome you, sir. The second panelist, retired principal, PC Jabin Science College. Oops, I just missed out. NAC assessor, Senate member, master facilitator for total quality management for entire Karnataka state, and has been an integral part of UGC committees. So this is none other than Dr. S.V. Hiremat, sir. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
The third panelist is this is really important. She is a working parent, development manager at Edelweiss Tokyo Life Hubli, Srimati Nandini Shirahatti. We welcome you, madam.
Thank you.
So now we would just open the discussion. So I would like Dr. Pandurangi to commence.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Good morning.
Very good morning,
Good morning,
to
sir.
all my panelists, principal of the institution, and principal of PU College also. I think this is a very important topic we have picked up for discussion. I think all the panelists agree with me that the entire world was not prepared for this pandemic COVID-19. The first case, as we all know, was detected in the last week of December in Wuhan, China. In the last 5 to 6 months, the disease has spread across the world and more than 4 lakhs of people have died because of this infection. Due to this pandemic 2019, COVID-19, every aspect of life, you believe me, is being affected. Maybe learning, or maybe teaching, or maybe service providing system. Anything that you take, you believe me, every walk of life has been affected. So is the case with the student community also. And definitely this COVID-19 has increased the stress levels of everyone in the world. Apart from that, the stress level of students as such we see is also on increase. So this is a very important topic which is being chosen by the student representative and by the institution also. And as stress is an integral part of our life, we all need stress. Stress is automatic. We generally say general adaptation syndrome. When I say general physiological response of an individual to stress is what we call as a general adaptation syndrome. When I say general adaptation syndrome, it has number one, stage of alarm, stage of resistance, and stage of exhaustion. Every individual is different. Generally, we say every individual is different in a way he responds to and he reacts to stress. Stage of alarm, for example, since we are discussing about students and their career, when the examination date is announced, you all agree with me that the student gets an alarm. He says, okay, my examination date is announced and I must really get prepared for the examination. What do you call as a stage of alarm? Then when he understands that, he knows how to manage within the stipulated period he has for him. Maybe he has 1 month or 2 months, whatever at his disposal. Then he will accordingly plan for the exam. He sorts out all the subjects. He will have a slot for each subject. This is what we call as planning for his academics. So it is called as a stage of resistance. And some of the students who have seen, whatever you say, whatever you tell me, I may not be able to manage it in an effective way. So I just don't want to take my examination. What do you call is the stage of exhaustion? This is what generally we say. In the stage of exhaustion, we see some of the students start experiencing some amount of anxiety, some amount of depression, some amount of obsessive compulsive thoughts, and so on. So generally, stress is a physiological response of an individual to a given situation. It is a physiological response, what we call as a stress of an individual. And as I earlier said, it's an integral part. We need to learn to manage the stress. Okay.
Sir, here, stress, you said physical stress and emotional stress. But the people who are not having any kind of infection or this, they may have also a kind of what is called as a anticipatory stress also.
Now, this is what generally we say anticipatory anxiety or anticipatory stress, as you rightly said. So anticipatory stress is, see, during the pandemic, we must have seen many students walking into our counseling center. We must have seen many people walking into a center saying, sir, I may get corona. I may get corona. Though it is not there, they start getting a feeling that it's a fear. That's how they don't go out. See, there are many permutations and combinations we see with the people. It is called as an anticipatory fear. And when anticipatory fear becomes more, they start experiencing some kind of symptoms of anxiety and depression. And as you rightly said, physical and emotional, you mentioned in the beginning. When I say stress, it has two phases. One is a physical phase and another one is an emotional phase. When I say physical phase, most of the people experience some kind of physical symptoms like tremors, tremulousness, sweating, getting headache, palpitation, not able to breathe comfortably, not able to walk comfortably because they read some
Usually they get angry also, sir.
angry, they may become irritable emotionally.
Irritable. Yeah.
Yes.
Become irritable and they say, I'm not able to concentrate, I'm not able to do anything, and I don't feel happy when I do something. This is how there are many permutation and combination of symptoms with which they present. It could be either physical or it could be psychological. And another noticeable thing in most of the students and the people what we see is anytime a person undergoes stress, many times you have seen either they eat more or they eat less, either they put on weight or they lose weight, either they sleep more or they sleep less. Both the things are seen. So that's how one has to be careful in identifying all these things and guide them properly. When I said stress is an inevitable thing, managing stress is an art, you believe me. It is an art. See, everyone experiences stress and majority of them manage stress in an effective way. Stress may be a creativity killer in a different, you need stress to have your creativity and you need stress to have more productivity in your life.
Sir, because of this close down of colleges, pandemic of COVID-19, many of the colleges, institutions have been closed down, and the faculty, the academic fraternity is under insurmountable mental pressure there. Because
I know that because I got it. See, the alternate teaching methodology COVID has taught us is online coaching. Okay,
yes,
coaching, online
Yes,
teaching.
sir.
Madam,
Yes.
it's an online
Yes.
teaching what we have. But online coaching is an alternate teaching methodology which we see during COVID crisis. It may not be parallel to the classroom teaching, but definitely in such a crisis period, we have no way except on and online coaching. There are advantages and disadvantages also. Let's not debate on that. But the most important thing is you can reach the larger masses through online. And when I say online, receptivity of students, effectivity of our teaching as a teacher, both have to be seen. See, there may not be an effective teaching online because classroom, see, we are all used to our classroom teaching where we have human to human relations. Ambience in the classroom is different. The feel of the classroom is different. You are able to see your teacher in front of you. See, there are many plus points with our traditional classroom teaching, but there is no way as of now because everything is locked down. But we can't keep our syllabus closed. We need to keep our syllabus open. And definitely this COVID, I personally feel, has given a different dimension to the whole teaching methodology. When we talk
sir, here but here the academic fraternity, particularly the teachers, who have not been trained for effective use of web
No, no,
resources,
see,
and
that's what
and some of them are
I fully agree with you. They may not be able to use the gadgets. There are many
because
teachers, timers, they are not
because
able
of
to.
that only because of that only they are getting stressed, sir.
No, I fully agree.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mode of service providing also is changed. See, we need to be online for consultation, online for counseling. I find it difficult at times, but no way. I'll have to learn and I'll have to do it. If I have a mind to do it, definitely I can do it.
But I'm very much well versed with the conventional method of teaching, where I can control my students in the classroom,
No, no,
where I cannot control the students in
Same
the
question.
online teaching and all those.
no, no,
Yes,
and
sir.
you are not sure about your effectivity in teaching also. See, we
Yes,
just
sir. Yes, sir.
online, but the receptivity part, we don't know how much they receive, how much they don't receive, we don't know.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
Yes.
why in some articles I was reading, even WHO has said online teaching is an alternate teaching methodology during crisis, but it cannot be substitute for regular classroom teaching. Is
Yeah.
it not? It
Yes,
cannot
sir.
be a substitute for regular classroom teaching. Classroom teaching has a different impact on the minds of the students, and you learn something online. You may call me as an old timer, but I believe in one thing. You all market, my panelists and my principal and my students. See, my firm conviction is there cannot be any substitute for books. There
Yes,
cannot be any substitute for books. You may get any information online, any teaching online, any coaching online, but you believe me, reading books cannot be a substitute for any of these gadgets. You see, all these gadgets can never be a substitute for reading books. Read books, because when you read books, it is a print in your mind. It is a print chip in your memory card. See, this is what generally we say as a professional. But the COVID crisis has made us to learn some alternate teaching methodology for which we need to adapt for some time. Unless we accept mentally, we don't learn to adjust and adapt to it. Is it not?
sir. Here the point of the faculty and the students. The faculty are not happy with the online teaching. Whether you said how far the so-called the students can receive it properly, and the happiness and the satisfaction of a teaching also to be there in the faculty. That's why the teachers are much more stressed.
No, teachers are much more stressed. As a professional, I am stressed. As a parent, I'm sure Nandini is stressed. See, we all are, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. But the situation is such, we are not able to go out. We have to keep social distancing. We need to use masks. We need to use sanitizers, keeping all these things. Can we maintain that in our classrooms? And are our parents willing to send their children to the college? There are so many other issues also which we need to understand. And the situation across the world is such that we need to find out some alternate teaching methodology, maybe acceptable or may not be acceptable. That's a different issue. But to tide over the crisis, it is called as a crisis management. It is called as a crisis. We are in crisis, and when we think of a crisis management, first we need to accept the crisis. When we accept the crisis, we are mentally prepared to accept it, and then we adapt. See, accept 3 A's in your life. Accept, adjust, adapt. I think it makes more easy. I do agree what Professor Hiremat is telling, that as a teacher, we don't enjoy teaching online. 100% I agree with you. I endorse it. Online teaching can be like a pickle and it cannot be a complete.
Because the teaching is good when we have an eye-to-eye contact with the students. You can observe the things, whether the student has properly understood or not.
Yes, absolutely, Professor. What you say, I endorse it, because anytime I take classes to students, parents, and teachers, generally I say, I don't talk to students, I don't talk to parents, I don't talk to teachers. I talk to them into their eyes.
Yes, sir, yes.
When their eyes wink, you know that many times you have heard me in your college. I always say, I talk to the people into their eyes. The moment they wink a bit, I just stop talking, because it is a signal to me to close my talk. Is it not?
Sir.
Eye-to-eye contact is the most important thing in teaching methodology. That's why I said human to human relations, ambience of the classroom, what we see, and feel of the classroom makes all the difference in teaching, and that teaching definitely is going to remain in your mind for a long time,
Yes. So,
Continue, madam.
as a parent, I think stress and anxiety are the most the teenagers and the students are worst hit by that by this pandemic. And I want to know how much online time is good for the child is the question what we are facing now.
No,
Like they spend hours together in online learning, Zoom meetings, Teams, and everything. How much it is safe for a child to be online like that?
no, online, madam, I think personally I feel the child below 10 years should not use any of the gadgets, number one. Number two, more than 10 also, more than 10 years, my personal opinion as a professional, up to the age of 16, even if it is an online teaching permitted, they should not be taught for more than 1 to 2 hours. And every child has to use gadget, no way, no alternate. But if they use for more than 2 to 3 hours a day, you believe me, their concentration is gone, their creativity is gone, because exposure of you for a long time to the screen itself can be addicting. See, we have a terminology called as digital addiction.
Yes, sir.
Digital addiction. So you market in order to avoid digital addiction. I personally feel the youngster should not be dependent more on these gadgets. Need-based usage has to be done by the student community, these gadgets, because as you rightly said, teenager, you mentioned the word teenager. I just want to tell you one thing. Teenage is the most sensitive age. It is a wonderful age. It is a bubbling age. It is an age of fantasy, you know that. It is an age of fantasy. You ask your child who is in teenage, are you a child? The child will definitely say no. You ask your child, are you an adult? The child will say no. The question comes, who am I? You ask him, are you totally dependent from your parents? Dependent on your parents? The child will say no. You ask him, are you totally independent from your parents? No. So the child will get a question in self. Am I a child? No. Am I an adult? No. Am I dependent? No. Am I independent? No. So the question is, who am I? We call it as an age of attraction, age of distraction, age of diversion. And if they go with that, I am 100% sure they get destroyed in life. So this is an age of fantasy. This is an age of bubbling with enormous energy without having any reality orientation about life. So this is the age when we need to guide them. We need to support them. They are bound to make mistakes. See, as a professional, I personally feel as a parent, my only simple suggestion is you must treat your child as a friend. You must be a friend to your child. You must be a psychologist to your child. You must be a philosopher to your child. You must be a guide to your child. And you must be a counselor to your child. The child must come and confide everything with you. And at that age, the child is bound to make mistakes. We all know that the child is bound to make mistakes. Age is an age. So that's how I think there is a need for adolescent care system in the society. Any physical addiction you see, any child getting hooked with drugs, any child getting distracted, any child getting indulged into antisocial activity you see, they are all in their adolescent age group. So it is an age which needs a perfect guidance by the teachers, by the parents, and by the society also. We need to identify the early symptoms. If a child is being a rebel at home, I think it is a parent's responsibility. And parents also should not over-expect from the child. Know your child should be the message to the society. Know your child. Know his potentialities. know his capabilities, and set a reachable goal. You can't expect every child to be a doctor, every child to be an engineer, every child to be an IAS officer, every child to be an IPS officer. Every child is totally different with different personalities, different attitudes, different aptitudes. Try to identify what is there in your child rather than identifying what is not there in your child. It's definitely something we can.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah, please.
as far as the faculty stress is concerned to use the gadgets and online the
Yeah.
teaching, what my idea is
Yeah.
the authorities of educational institutions need to periodically organize the workshops and hands-on training related to the use of online learning and teaching, because
Yeah.
as you say rightly, some people are not in a position to use the gadgets. For such faculty, we need to conduct periodical trainings and
Yeah.
hands-on training.
Yeah, definitely.
They should be taken by the authorities of the all educational institutions.
All
So that
educational institutions, and apart from that, even UGC can give some guidelines.
make it a mandatory.
Mandatory
also.
The way you have NAC institution,
Yes.
and UGC can also say that all teaching faculty must be given orientation about using these gadgets, and they must be
It is an online teachings.
online teachings.
That is what I found for the teachers.
It has to be a mandatory activity even by UGC also.
Yes.
To upgrade, to update.
Sir, through this platform, I request all the authorities of the education institutions to organize regular intervals of training and hands-on programs for use of gadgets and online training, sir.
Yeah,
This will be good for
it's
the
a must. It's a must. And apart from that, I just want to add something. This worldwide pandemic, COVID-19, there is a huge fear in the public about illness and uncertainty of future. Madam agrees with me. Uncertainty about future. I don't know what I get tomorrow, and students do not know whether they are going to have exams or not. And what are the
Sir, I will come to the students later on.
Yeah.
I have many of the
and uncertainty
the questions
about
has
future
been asked by my students
and
in the
change
college.
Yes, sir, definitely. And uncertainty about lifestyle. There is a sudden change in lifestyle of us because we are confined to home. And the loneliness
Sir,
feeling.
the main problem of the
Yes, sir.
The main problem of the students is affecting the concentration level, and the learning ability of the students has come down because of this pandemic. This one, what should be the solution? How we should be overcome, sir? That's I want to suggestion for
No, definitely the concentration level of students has come down. The inner force or inner drive to face the examination may be little jeopardized because of pandemic. I fully agree, because the students are uncertain about their future. Uncertain what next, we don't know. In such a situation, I am sure students, there is a dip in their, though they are intelligent, though they are capable of managing anything and everything, there is some amount of stress in them with a performance anxiety, as we discussed earlier, that affects their concentration. So once when their concentration is affected, they are not able to read and review properly. When they are not able to read and review properly, definitely registration is gone and release in the examination is gone. For all that, what we need to do is, we need to motivate our children, saying that you don't lose your interest in your academics. Number one, once when you have an interest in your academics, I am sure when you have an interest, your approach towards academics is altogether different. You start getting motivation. And most of the achievers, you believe me, are self-motivated. You agree with me, is it not?
Yes.
Most achievers are self-motivated. And once when you get motivation, you get concentration. Once when you get concentration, you read better, you review better, you revise better, you register better, store better, memorize better, release good in the examination. This sequence must be taught to our children. See, concentration, I do agree that there is a dip in the concentration, but concentration, you believe me, every child has concentration. Every one of us have concentration with us. Concentration must be learned and practiced. This is what we say. Concentration, you just can't get it from outside. It is with
Sir,
us and
sir,
within.
but along with this concentration level, the students are also under the dilemma that the students of final year are supposed to go for internship, industrial training and all those. They are under the dilemma. And many of the research scholars who are at the verge of completion of their experiments and uh, their experiments have been completely stopped now. And some of the experiments they are supposed to carry out are seasonal experiments. Particularly in the life science, the seasonal experiments will be there. And some of the students who have already selected for the postdoctoral and in India and abroad, they are also under dilemma condition. And many of the students are under the fear whether we'll have examinations or not. That is another question. And
That's what
if
I
the
said
examinations
earlier.
are, if the examinations are there, when the examinations are going to, because the authorities of the educational are not giving any correct idea when the examination will be there and how the examination will be there and the pattern of examination. And many of the students who are preparing for a competitive examinations and already prepared for competitive examination, they are also in much dilemma. And the students who are already selected in the campus placements, they are also under a dilemma because when they are going to have examinations, when they are going to complete their degree, when they are going to join for the campus, the industries. And some of the students who have taken a loan for the studies in and abroad, they are worried about the installments. These are some of the major the areas where the students are under very much stress. Sir, as a psychotherapist, sir, as a student counselor, how all these things has to be overcome?
See,
Sir, over to you.
I'll just tell you one thing, because the recent survey of Indian Psychiatric Society during the lockdown has given one studies and survey that they say that about 20% of the psychological problems are increased during the COVID period. This is what the Indian Psychiatric Society has given. And there are some tips given by Indian Traditional Health Lifestyle Management, which is being endorsed by American College of Lifestyle Medicine also. Some suggestions have been given. They are, number one, every child must be told to have good sleep in the night. Number one, tip number one given by them is,
yes,
every child has to sleep good in the night, minimum 8 hours in the night. And why I am telling this is, I had gone to an institution for an annual day. After the program, one child asked me, sir, how to improve my memory? Because I many times feel I read, I remember, I forget. How to improve my memory? So that time I said, how to improve memory is written on your school notice board. Just go see and come back. Everyone was surprised because most of them had not seen what is being written on the notice board. Okay. So when I said just go see the notice board and come back, I had a wonderful Parker pen in my pocket. I just told the child, take this pen and paper, just write, come back and tell me. The child went out, said, a good sleep in the night will enhance memory, was written there. Followed. So why I'm telling this is, a good sleep in the night is definitely required for a healthy living, number one. And number two, what is being told is you need to have a nutritious food. Vegetables, fruits, roti, dal, chapati, not an expensive food, very simple food, can also give a good strength which can give you a better concentration to read. Number two, good nutritious food. As far as possible, avoid junk foods what you see in the market, junk foods. Number three, social communication. During lockdown, I think you are at home. You are communicating with your parents. You are communicating with your relatives. You are spending time with your family. That has brought families more together. In fact, I view pandemic from a positive angle. Don't see anything from negative angle, from positive, because as a family unit, You are all sitting together, chatting together, eating together. I think it has brought your family more closer. And social communication, you talk to your friends, talk to your relatives, interact with your friends. And you also know that there is a saying that sorrow shared is halved, sorrow shared is halved, and joy shared is doubled. Is it not?
Yes.
So this is, communication makes all the difference in your life. Number 4, get indulged in physical activities, daihika activities, physical activities, because physical activities are very important. As a professor of zoology, you know that endorphins are released, serotonin is released, norepinephrine is released, dopamine is released, which is absolutely important for your smile on the face. So when you have a physical activity, endorphins, norepinephrine, dopamine, serotonin, they are all released and you start smiling. At the same time, when I say you do yoga, exercise, music, everything, they all increase your serotonin levels and you get a serotonin boost, which gets smile on your face, number 1. At the same time, your adrenaline, which is responsible for your anxiety, stress, what all we discussed. Adrenaline is the main for anxiety, is it not? When the adrenaline, when you go to examination, adrenaline is released. That's how most of the students start shaking, getting sweating, they get fainting spells and all that is because of adrenaline. So if you are doing physical exercise, adrenaline is regulated. You are able to balance it so that you don't experience any of the symptoms of anxiety or depression. So that physical activities are mandatory. And you know that yoga plays a vital role, vital role. When I say yoga in Sanskrit, usually means to combine, to unite, to join what? Body, mind and soul. Body, mind and soul. It is the only thing which can combine body, mind and soul. So yoga, music, exercise, all these things, meditation, all give wonderful relaxation to your mind, which will enhance your concentration and other things so on. Number 5th told by the organization is stress management, which we exhaustively discuss now. Manage your stress effectively. See, we may attend art of living, we may attend some discourses here and there, but you believe me, one thing I have a firm conviction in life. The most difficult art in life is art of living. What I say? The most difficult art.
Yes, sir. You are 100% right, sir.
You're right, sir.
Most difficult
Correct, sir.
art in life is art of living. So we may listen, we may hear so many lectures and all that, but all said and done, it is you who is going to make everything in your life. Stress management. And number 6, what is being told by the organization is keep away your children from habits like smoking, alcohol, and weed and other substances. Because there is a myth and misconception in our student community. I want to have night out. I want to keep awake the whole night and read. And when they go to examination, all they sleep. See, for that they take some amphetamines. They are mood stimulants. The sleep is taken out and they are kept awake throughout night. Next morning they go to examination hall, they get exhausted, they are not able to remember anything and write it. So be away from that. Even during examination, I keep telling students, don't have any stress, don't have anything, do your best. And I keep telling parents also, don't over expect from your children. We have lost many lives, Professor, you know that. We have lost many professors. As a parent, Nandini also knows that we keep reading that because he scored less marks in the examination, he attempted suicide or committed suicide. See, every child, you believe me, is a wonderful gift to this world. We want to see smile on our children's face. We want our children to smile. When I say our child has to smile, because he is our strength, he is everything to us. So keeping that in mind, I think we need not have to put more pressure on our children, and we need not have to expect more from them. Set a reachable goal to them, and I am sure every child can do that. See, I have seen many students who run around me during examination. Sir, I read, I remember, but go to examination hall, outside I remember, inside the examination hall, I forget. Why it happens?
Examination phobia.
Examination phobia and anticipatory fear again. And I always kept it, fear is, it's like a virus to your brain, virus to your chip. Fear makes you confused, fear makes you forget. So never ever have a fear. Face the examination coolly, confidently. I am sure you are able to do wonderful things in your
Sir,
life.
I have one thing
Yeah,
to
let me
ask you.
contribute something.
Uh,
Yeah, please,
what's
please, please.
Sir? What's the role of the parents in reducing the stress in their wards? Because
No, that's
as you rightly said, there's a lot of pressure by the parents on the student, that because they have a lot of expectation on their wards.
expectation. Yes, yes, yes. See,
And
Then what is your message to the parents?
no, that's
so,
what I said. Know your child. Take home message is know your child, know his potentialities, know his capabilities. Try to identify what is there in him rather than identifying what is not there in him. Number one. And next one is, uh, uh, see, he need not be anything, but I'm sure he can be a wonderful human being in life. Try to infuse and inculcate good moral values in him. Let him be a good human being in life. Be a good human being in life. We have seen many doctors, many engineers, many professors, many officers, and all that, but they fail to emerge as good human beings. So try to see that they inculcate some good human values in their life and personality, so that they become wonderful entities in the society. That's the most important. He need not be anything, but let him be a good human being. That's the most important thing. And a message to the students is, message to all the students who are watching this. My only thing is, as a child, especially Nandini said, adolescent children, teenagers, see, it is an age of attraction, diversion, distraction, I said. And anytime I talk to students, I always say, think twice, act wise. See, as a child, as an adolescent child, as a student, when you go out, you have many gutka shops around you, many attractive things are available around you. But when you look at it, many times you may feel that if I don't do it now, when should I do that? When should I do it? As a student, I must do it. A thought you get, but you believe me, if you put a question to yourself, what is my priority in life? My priority in life is my focus, my goal. If you think of that, I'm sure the child will have a wisdom. You use your wisdom, act accordingly, you will not get stuck into that web.
But sir, what I want to know, what's the role of the so-called media? What's the role of media and the government or authorities to reduce the stress of the students and the faculty, sir? Because the students gets and the faculty and the parents gets unauthorized the messages and the news from the media. Because of that, they become coerced.
Yeah.
And the authorities also don't give the proper the messages to the students and the faculty and the parents. That's what lot of stress is there among the faculty, students, and the parents also.
No, definitely. I fully endorse, Professor, what you said. Role of media is the most important. It plays a vital role. Media plays a vital role in keeping a healthy society, because it is only the media which can take our message to the masses. What all we discussed today, if you want it to reach to a common man in the society, it is only media which can do that. Such positive inputs must be highlighted by the media, and negative input like crimes, sex, violence should be put at some corner in the media. This is what I personally feel. Positive.
Sir, during this COVID, just I want to interrupt. During this COVID, the media is showing us the different kinds of the animated virus infection, how it happens, without any scientific the background of it. That has become more the stress among the parents,
No, on the
students, and the
contrary,
faculty.
no, I do agree with what you say, but on the contrary, I feel it is a way of sensitizing people, because despite all this education, everything, you believe me, most of the people do not use mask. Most of the people do not keep distancing. Most of the people do not use the norms and guidelines given by the district administration. It is the most unfortunate thing. Despite doing such a hype in the media also, people do not follow all the instructions. When I say that, you believe me, every now and then they have to be hammered. If I say once you are good, they don't listen to that. You have to tell them every day you are good, you are good, you are good. That is the way media is following. See, in a way, it is an education what they are doing, uh, but I think fine. It can communicate to larger masses. Role of media, as I said, is very important in sensitizing people, educating people, and communicating good messages to the grassroots. You and I cannot reach grassroots. Only media can take our message to the grassroots. So I think we need to appreciate a wonderful job the media is doing also. But only thing is some crime, sex, violence should be diluted and released. The message must be diluted. Yeah,
As
Nandini
we
madam,
know,
yeah.
yeah, as we know, digitization has swapped the socialization. So how the now social distancing has almost created a hostage for the children, like keeping strict control over their movements and all. And they have been seeing continuously in the TV unfiltered information of the deadly coronavirus. All in the TV they watch all day long. So how we parents can
No, see, once when a child is educated about what is corona and how to take preventive measures, how to keep social distancing, sanitizing, using mask and all that, I think repeated hammering on them, they need not view more of these apps, more of these news. They need not get exposed to most of these news because they know that. See,
Yeah.
once you teach them this is what is your social responsibility, I think our children are more smarter than you and me. Honestly,
yes,
I'm telling. They are more
yes,
smarter than
definitely.
you and me. And
Yeah.
once if you tell them, I'm sure they are going to understand that and they are more responsible, I'm telling. Our students are very responsible and they are our hopes, they are our strength. They know that we need to be responsible citizens of a responsible country. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah,
most important as a academician,
yeah.
the student should be always in contact with the uh, experts or the teachers, and the counselor like you. They should have a tele counseling on all those, and frequently they should read and listen to the peer like you, so that a little of the stress can be managed in this during this pandemic condition.
No, that's
Uh,
what I said. See, you have ventilators in your classroom. You
yes,
have ventilators in your library. You have ventilators in your house. Why? It is only to see that you get good ventilation, is it not? In the
yes,
same way, unwanted things from the mind have to be eliminated. See,
yes,
if you want to do that, you need to ventilate yourself, your mind and heart with a nearer and dearer, is it not? So it is a teacher who can play a vital, and what a parent cannot do can be done by a teacher also, you know that. See, they believe teachers more than the parents sometimes. So the role of teachers is very important because I always keep telling what a parent cannot do can be done by a teacher. So teachers play a vital role. They have a coveted position in the society today. Is it not? So I
yes, sir.
think they need to ventilate. In psychology, we call it as catharsis. Purge out everything. Whatever is pent up in your mind, purge out so that things will be all right. In the same way, I think you need to share with somebody. That's why I said sorrow shared is half, joy shared is double, is it? In the same way, I need to
Sir,
ventilate yourself, express somewhere, open up somewhere. See, many times they cry and they feel relaxed, is it not? It is only because you need to ventilate somewhere. If you don't have, you get suffocated, is it not? Same
definitely.
thing happens to humans also. Same thing
Sir,
happens to humans also.
adding to this,
Yeah.
the students can also have reactive coping. They should deal with their own thoughts and the feelings. Uh, can be facilitated by teachers, can be facilitated by a group of students, what we call as the support groups. That will also help the to reduce the stress.
Sure,
And
sure.
and another very important one is the students should have an action plan to formulate how they should manage the stress. They should have action plan. How I should, if I get a stress of this one, how I have to move from that to the another one. That kind of an action plan has to be prepared by the students themselves, so that the students can at least 50% of the stress can be reduced. This is what my idea.
No, 100%. I fully understand what you said. Many times when students ask me, sir, I am getting stressed, what to do? I only tell them, just close your eyes, de-link yourself from the worldly affairs.
Yes.
You are fine. After 5 minutes, you are fine. This is what they can do, is it not? And
Yes,
if you just go out, have a few steps of walk, come back, or you start counting 1 to 10 or 20. By the time you say 20, you will have forgotten why you started counting that, is it not? This is there are things you can practice. Very simple things to de-stress yourself. You need to find out your own way of getting de-stressed, is it not? See, everyone thing is tailor-made. If I say music relaxes, another person will say I don't get relaxed with music. See, nothing is tailor-made in the society. You need to formulate yourself and have your own device of de-stressing yourself. But the ultimate aim in life is to de-stress yourself, manage your stress in an effective way, and play like an impetus to your life. Stress should be a motivator to your creativity. Stress should be a motivator to your career. And all said and done, we always say, in your academic journey, you are bound to experience stress 100%. Without stress, you can't achieve anything in your life. So see that every now and then, anytime you get stressed, minimize your stress by indulging in small activities. Be with your friend, chit chat with them, be with your parents, share with them. The unfortunate part is there is no dialogue at the family level. The unfortunate.
Sir, that's what I wanted to tell.
There is no dialogue at
India
family
being
level.
no, sir. India being a joint family culture, the students, they never have a conversation or interaction with the senior citizens or the elders in the house. They can do a kind of a conversation and share their. They can get the experience of the senior citizens, because
That's what I'm
those
telling.
experience
See,
we cannot get now.
See, what joint family concept we have seen in the past, we don't see now. You have a nuclear family. You have hardly 2 kids at home, and when we are busy, the only way out for them is either TV or gadget or something like that. This is how they become totally dependent on gadgets. See, rather than that, sit with them. See, put off the TV, put off all the gadgets, sit together, sit on the floor and eat, share the whole day's experiences. I think that makes your family more happy.
So that is the best way of.
See, we sit in front of TV, eat in front of TV, we chat keeping TV on without any emotional, personal binding. See, the part is there is no dialogue at the family level. I appeal to all the parents, spend time with your children, spend time, quality time with your children, not time, quality time with your children. That is the most, it can solve most of the problems at
with
the family.
With an open mind, sir. With an open
mind.
Yes.
That can solve most of the problems at the family level. You believe me, I'm telling, a dialogue at the family level can take all your stresses, all your family issues, all the agony that you have in your mind can be diffused 100% by good interaction at the family level. Okay, I think spend time with your kids, spend time with your children. It makes
thank you very much.
Talks to you, the way see,
Not to add
generally
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Thank you very much. Spending a lot of time with you.
Nice being with nice being sir, nice being with Nandini.
Thank you, sir.
Nice being with Purna Prajna also.
Sir,
And
thank you, madam.
I thank the JG College of Commerce and the management and all my panelists and the organizing secretary Purna Praj for a wonderful time given to us, being with youngsters, being with the panelists. Thank you very much.
I had a last question, sir.
Thank you,
I had
sir.
one more question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
So like as a student, so what we incur is from the start of the morning in this lockdown period, from the start of the morning, we wake up seeing our grandparents and parents switching on the news channels and reading the newspapers and discussing about it. So it wasn't there when we used to go to college or schools. Like we just get up, get ready and go. That is one thing. And the other thing is the social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter and all. So yeah, there is an advantage and disadvantage too. But what we see is in
See,
early
I
in the
think
morning.
it's a boon and bane both.
Yes, sir. Boon and bane both.
I'll just tell you one thing,
Yeah.
Purna Prasad, because you are
Yes,
young, upcoming budding person. I read a book, small book, Professor and Nandini, you also should listen to it. I read a small book, World of Elderly. World of Elderly. When I opened the first page, there was a small clipping. The future of every youth is old age. Followed. The future of every youth is old age. We were like Purna Prajna maybe 50 years back, 45, 50 years back. See, the future of youth, every youth is old age. In the last page when you turn, there was a small line, same with inverted commas. Old age is a burden. Old age is a burden. The top, a small photograph of an old person and an old lady, husband and wife, an old couple sitting there with walking stick and all that, mutually discussing something. That photograph, and just below that, again with inverted commas, but not my parents. But not my parents. That really touched my heart.
Yes.
Future of every youth is old age, number one. The last page, old age is a burden, with a small photograph of an old couple discussing their maybe grievances or sharing their views and all that. The last line, again with inverted commas, was, but not my parents. Not my parents. See, it really touched my heart because I think we need to educate our youngsters about the sacrifice and the concern of the parents today in bringing up their children. Purnaprad, you should know it. The concern of the parents. See, you are everything for us. You are our hope. You are everything for us. See, no match, no materialistic match can equate your happiness. Is it not? So I think as a parent, maybe as a professional, or maybe a person with all emotions, sentiments, and bringing up in very good culture and all that, I feel it is the responsibility of all of us to see that our seniors are given due respect and due care. And I am not in favor of a message from this panel. I am not in favor of any youth keeping his parents in an old age home.
Yes, sir.
Not in,
I fully agree with you, sir.
not in an old age.
sir.
I feel hurt.
I do
Yes.
agree.
Because the amount of sacrifice they have done in bringing us today, I think, and the role of mother is also, Nandini, you should know, is most important.
Yes, sir.
So that's not the culture of our India.
In our sanskar, we say Matra Devo Bhava.
Yes.
We say
Yes,
mother
sir.
first,
Pitru Devo.
then Pitru Devo.
That's our culture.
That's our
Yes.
culture.
Yes, sir.
See, the role of mother, you should know that the most important thing,
Yes.
real karma yogi in life is mother. Even
Yes, sir. Yes.
the computer which we are using today, without
Motherboard.
it cannot function. Motherboard.
Yes, sir.
You should know that. We didn't
you.
say that motherboard. We said it's a motherboard, is it not?
Yes, sir.
See,
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
it
much.
is something. It's something. Some binding. See,
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
that's why I said, not old age is a burden, but not my parents should. Message should go to
Yes,
us.
sir. Yes. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Nice
Thank
being.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
The panelists at the end of the session opined that stress is inevitable and automatic, and managing stress has to be learned by us, which will make us feel happy and gives a better quality of life. The panel also opined emotional intelligence and social intelligence are very essential in shaping one's personality, and managing stress and a good emotional intelligence and social intelligence can compensate intelligence to some extent and can make a student to be successful in life.
Namaste everyone. I am Raman Boda Patil from Hubli. Now I working Vietnam country as a yoga teacher. Now I telling about stress. Stress is a part of emotion. When we not control our situation, when we not face our situation, it's come stress. So now how to reduce stress, how to face stress in lifetime, in especially college college student. When notice exam date until finish exam, we stress had commonly. So that time how to reduce stress. In English medicine not have stress, only have yoga in meditation and breathing exercise. So now I telling breathing exercise and meditation. Breathing exercise is common. Inhale, exhale. Make when you take inhale, exhale, that time concentrate or breathe wave on the concentrate breathe wave. So first we start breathing exercise. First we do Bastrika Pranama. It's make wave clear, breathe wave clear. It's not breathing exercise. It's called Kriya. So it's make breathe wave clear. So take inhale, answer, exhale, postly jump. Inhale, answer, exhale, postly jump. Not take inhale, only breathe exhale. Automatically go inhale, exhale only. You make only exhale, automatically go inhale. I do first. It is Bastrika. It is before breathing exercise, make this Kriya, clear breathing wave. Take long breath. First time take long breath, inhale. After exhale, exhale is 20 time you make breathe exhale. After close the eyes, just 30 seconds, inhale, exhale. After we do Alanoma Villanoma Pranayama. Inhale both nostril, exhale both nostril. Inhale both nostril, exhale both nostril. When you take inhale 30 seconds, after exhale 5 seconds. If you take inhale 30 seconds, exhale 5 seconds, more than make exhale. First do this. Okay, it's a take inhale 30 seconds, after exhale 5 seconds. It's a make 7 time. Make 7 time. Inhale, exhale 7 time. After make Chandranuloma Pranayama. Chandra call is the left nostril, call is a Chandra, right nostril call is a Surya. Is the moon, left nostril is the moon, right nostril is the sun. When you take left nostril inhale, it's the cold air. When you take right nostril inhale, is a hot air. It's a make body control our body temperature. So first we do Chandranuloma Pranayama. Left nostril close, only left, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Only left nostril inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. First we think, when we do breathing exercise, we should concentrate only breathe, not concentrate other things. Only concentrate breathe wave. Only concentrate breathe wave. Our concentrate focus on breathe wave. So first we do Chandranuloma Pranayama. Right nostril close, left inhale, exhalate, inhalate, exhalate, inhalate, exhalate. It is also make 7 times left nostril. After breathe one, take long breath. One, take long breath. When you finish left nostril, inhale, exhale. After take one long breath. After we do Chandranuloma Pranayama. Left nostril close, inhale right, exhale right. Inhale right nostril, exhale right nostril. It is also make 7 times. Inhale 3 seconds, exhale 5 seconds. If you take inhale 3 seconds, exhale 5 seconds. After close eyes, take long breath, exhale. After we do Chandranubeda Pranayama. Chandranubeda Pranayama. Chandranubeda means not exhale left nostril. Only inhale left nostril, exhale right nostril. Inhale left nostril, exhale right nostril. When you take inhale, in exhale right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It is a Chandranubeda Pranayama. I do first. Left inhale. Left nostril close, exhale right. Right nostril close, inhale. Left close, exhale right. Right nostril close, inhale. Left nostril close, exhale right nostril. It is also make 7 times. After when you finish 7 times, after take long breath. After we do Suryanubeda Pranayama. Suryanubeda Pranayama, right nostril inhale, exhale left nostril. When you take inhale right nostril, exhale left nostril. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale only right, inhale, exhale left. I will do left nostril close, right inhale, right nostril close, exhale left nostril. Left nostril close, inhale right, or right nostril close, exhale left. Left nostril close, inhale right. It is a Suryanubeda Pranayama. It is also make 7 times. After next, take long breath. Exhale. Next one, Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, it's a alternate breathing. Left nostril inhale, exhale, right nostril, inhale, exhale, left nostril. It is a one round. I will do inhale left nostril close, exhale, right nostril. Inhale right nostril, right nostril close, exhale left nostril. It is a one round. We can do 5 round or 7 round. In between breathing, what we do instruction, First one, when you breathe, inhale, that time completely take on stomach part, not a respiratory system. Take on completely stomach part. When you take inhale, stomach come on front. When you exhale, stomach on inside. Take inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now touch your hands. When you breathe, that time stomach inhale come front, exhale stomach come inside. So it's a breathing exercise. In between breathing, what we do? Just concentrate our breathe wave and don't open your eyes. In between breathing exercise, don't open your eyes. Concentrate breathe wave and breathe. Take completely stomach part. After when finish breathing exercise, after next we do meditation. Meditation have six kind of meditation. So best meditation is Trataka. Trataka, it is a focus on light. The when you have so much emotions, it is control our emotions and insomnia, and main part of when kids have, if have eyesight problem, it is a day by day reduce our eyesight problem. If you had insomnia and stress also, reduce this meditation. How do this meditation? Is a in dark room without air, without AC and indoor. Take dark room. In 2 meter distance, keep one candle, light candle, keep on light candle. Straight on eyes, keep on candle. Take 2 meter distance. First, before we do breathing exercise, after make meditation. Not a first meditation. First we do breathing exercise, after do meditation. Take a 2 meter distance, keep on one candle light, sit near. Before meditation, we do eyes exercise. Simple eyes exercise. Eyes up and down, right, left. After rotate. After opposite, is to make 10 times up and down, 10 times left and right, 10 times rotate and opposite rotate. After concentrate light. Before when you on candle, just close your eyes 1 minute. After open eyes, directly see the candle. When you see candle in between meditation, not flip your eyes. That time come your water in eyes. It is a no problem. It's a good for eyes good for, and don't see other things. Only see the light. When you cannot see more time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes after cannot see light, that time close eyes, just sit 1 minute. After 10 times, breathe in, breathe out. Alunoma, Vilunoma. When finish, 10 times, breathe in, Alunoma, Iloma. After rough form. Kapais. Release your hands. Look at form. This is a breathing exercise and meditation for stress. When you had stress and in life not come stress, so try to this breathing exercise and meditation. Thank you for everyone. Namaste.